The nobles spoke. "Oh my God, these are the kids of the Leroy family. I heard they all have great skills, but the older sister did not awaken any. Isn't that strange?" Leticia thought. "It doesn't matter, it's my fault that I am like this." In the next scene, the father spoke. "I wonder if she is really my daughter," the mother said, "but it is good that we didn't have other children." Leticia told them, "I'm sorry, father and mother." The father asked, "Do you really have no power? Even if it's useless, you really have nothing?" Leticia replied, "I'm sorry." The father shouted, "Can you stop being sorry?" The mother said, "Baby, calm down." The father said, "It's because I get frustrated every time I see her. I'm frustrated." The mother said, "Be patient, even for tomorrow." The father replied, "Yes, you're right. So it's our second daughter's birthday. I have to wait for it. I have to make sure the party is perfectly prepared for her." Leticia thought, "My birthday just happened," then remembered she had asked her mother, "Isn't today my birthday?" The father replied, "How old are you that you still talk about your birthday?" Leticia thought, "Everything is my fault. If I had awakened my abilities, my parents wouldn't have disapproved of me, and my younger siblings wouldn't have ignored me. It's my fault." After that, Deanna came and said, "Don't block the way. Do you even know who you are standing in front of?" Leticia said, "I'm sorry, it was not my intention." Deanna asked, "How long are you going to embarrass us? My sister is the only one in our family who has not awakened a power. The illegitimate daughter of the family. No, she's a mutant. I hear all kinds of things. Do you know the same will happen to you because you have no skills? You really have no power. What the hell are you doing? Anyway, don't get in the way. Get out of my sight, what a curse." In the next scene, the maid asked, "Is something wrong?" Leticia asked, "Why can't I do anything? All my siblings have powers. Why am I the only one who doesn't?" Then she thought, "Deanna says I'm pathetic. Maybe it's because I'm incompetent." The maid replied, "Miss, maybe you already have a power but can't see it." Leticia asked, "What do you mean?" Then she said, "Now that I think about it, how is your brother?" The maid replied, "About that, he didn't get better or worse. I would like to try another medication, but it is too expensive." Leticia told her, "Take this jewel." "I don't need it," the maid replied. "If the Marquis finds out, he will be very angry." Leticia said, "Don't worry about it." The maid said, "That's enough for me. I'd rather wish money fell from the sky, and I'd pick it up immediately." Leticia stated, "You better go quickly before it gets darker. I hope you collect money on the way." After some time, the maid thought, "Poor my lady, she is such a kind person." Then she saw a gold coin and thought, "No matter how I see it, it's a gold coin. Could it be a coincidence?" The next morning, Leticia thought about her brother. He said he would definitely become a member of the Imperial Knights. He should do well in the Imperial Knights test, and his fiancée will have to take care of him. After that, she said, "Mary, bring me the handkerchief from over there." Mary was thinking about the gold coin. Leticia asked, "What are you thinking about?" Mary replied, "I was mumbling for a moment." After some time, Deanna asked, "Where are you going?" Leticia replied, "I'm going to see Livian." Deanna said, "Why? Who are you to go?" Leticia asked, "Is it so strange that I'm going to cheer him on?" Deanna told her, "You cannot be of great help." In the next scene, Livian asked, "What are you doing here?" Leticia replied, "I came because I wanted to cheer you up." Livian told her, "It wasn't necessary." Leticia said, "Sorry if I caused you any trouble." After a moment, she thought, "I want to give him this handkerchief. I'm not sure, but I hope he accepts it." Then she said, "In fact, I have a gift for you." Livian asked, "Your powers? Have they not awakened yet?" Leticia replied, "Sorry, brother." Livian told her, "It seems you have a lot of free time. Doing things like this, I will be leaving now." Leticia asked, "You are leaving?" Livian said, "Is there a reason I should stay today? You are an evil spirit who has not yet awakened. I can't help but think about it." After that, Leticia said, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you in front of me." Then she asked, "Blood, you got hurt?" The Duke replied, "No, it's not a big deal. I'm glad you are well. I have to go." Leticia said, "No, there is blood. Wait a moment. Maybe even this messy handkerchief could help, if you don't mind." The Duke replied, "Thank you, miss." Leticia told him, "No, you have to clean your blood. Wouldn't it be unpleasant? You are bleeding. The Duke asked, isn't it something precious? The lady's handkerchief, Leticia thought. Precious. Then she told him, take it. The Duke asked, but it will get dirty with blood. Leticia replied, it's all right. Don't worry, now it's done. You're okay. After that, people thought, he is a good swordsman. I think he's a duke, but there hasn't been a succession ceremony. A duke who has not even had a succession ceremony cannot be called a duke. His family has no money. The first time they faced misfortune was when the Duchess passed away. The second was when a lender orchestrated a big money scam. How will they fall the next time? The Duke thought, I thought I had very bad luck. I'm tired, it's pathetic, but after that incident, I may not have bad luck today. Then, in the final round of the knight's exam, the Duke passed the gentleman's exam for the 458th class. He won with an injured hand. In the next scene, Mary asked, Miss, you've returned. Did you get hurt? You're wounded. Be careful. Leticia replied, it's not my blood. Mary said, I was surprised to see that you were injured. Leticia stated, I should prepare a present for Diana in advance. After a few days, at Diana's birthday party, Leticia thought, where is she? After that, she said, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and this is something I have prepared. It's your birthday gift. The noble ladies asked, why don't you open it now? We're curious. One of them asked, did you choose it yourself? It's the style that was in fashion 10 years ago, but it still looks nice. Diana said, then I will leave this present in the room with my sister. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves here. After a few moments, Diana said, don't give me anything like that from now on. Who asked for that? Leticia replied, but it's your birthday. I wanted to give you a gift. Diana shouted, then give me something appropriate. Who uses this these days? It's old-fashioned. Don't come to my birthday party next time. Leticia asked, what? I'm your sister, we're family, and you don't even want me to congratulate you on your birthday. Diana said, family, is it called family to dishonor the family? Leticia asked, what does that mean? Diana replied, are you asking because you don't really know? If you don't have power, do you have any sense? You're so desperate to get in here and there. I'm sorry for you. No, I'm embarrassed. At the party, a lord said, thank you for coming. COS replied, it's your precious daughter's birthday. Then the lord introduced his second daughter, Diana. After that, he said, Leticia, say hello too. Leticia introduced herself and said, I'm excused. I'm not feeling well, so would it be okay if I leave first? COS asked, it seems you care a lot about your second daughter. The lord replied, maybe because she saved the family. Compared to that, Leticia, it's frustrating because she still hasn't awakened her power. It's a very old story. When I recently started a business, I was experiencing financial difficulties. Worst of all, I had Leticia. My wife was diagnosed with the inability to conceive again, but at some point, the business began to prosper, and my wife also recovered her health. We both think that everything started to go well after our second daughter, Diana, was born. We are always grateful to God. We are so lucky to have Diana with us. She rains flowers. That's her ability, beautiful and lovely flowers. COS said, the first daughter also seems very pretty and kind. The Lord said, what will she do next? She still hasn't awakened her ability. COS told him, don't be so hard on her. The Lord replied, at first, I also thought that, even if they don't have a skill, kids are still kids. However, there is also public opinion, and Letitia's situation will be difficult. COS asked, are you going to break her engagement? The Lord replied, strictly speaking, it's not a breakup. I think they would prefer Diana instead of Leticia. COS stated, don't be silly. What would you do if that girl had powers? It's been a long time since I've been here, but it's a shame to sit here. I have to go now. The Lord thought, I'm glad Diana was born safe and sound. Thanks to her, we got our contract signed. I'll have to meet the Marquis soon to talk to him. We'll break Letitia's engagement and arrange Diana's. Later that night, Father asked Diana, how was your day today? Diana replied, I had a chat with Rivian over some tea. He said he was sorry for not attending my birthday party and gave me a gift. Look, isn't it pretty? I'm going to wear this bracelet all the time. Then Father asked all the family members how their day was. Leticia thought, he came to give Diana a present. If I ask them why they don't celebrate my birthday, will they think I'm a nuisance? Then she said, I'm sorry, but may I go to my room? I'm feeling a bit tired. After that, father asked Diana, what do you think of Lord Rivian as your marriage partner? I will talk to the Marquis and suggest that we break the engagement between Leticia and Rivian so that you can get engaged to him instead. What is your opinion? Diana was so happy. After some time, Leticia thought, I feel anxious for some reason. Diana asked, where are you going? Leticia replied, I'm going to see Rivian. Why are you laughing? Diana replied, just because. I feel sorry for you. Just joking. Stop frowning. I hope you have a good time. Leticia thought, she feels sorry for me. No, I won't let it bother me today. Then she said, have you been well? Rivian replied, well, I'm always the same. Leticia asked, why did you only meet Diana that day? I felt a bit sad. You should have met me as well. Then she changed the topic and asked, how is your training these days? Don't you feel tired? Rivian replied, you're always so carefree. Don't you know what our families are discussing these days? They're talking about canceling our engagement. If you have nothing to say, please go back. Leticia asked, what was your answer? Rivian stated, we are too old to play house. Keep that in mind. Leticia asked, what do you mean? Rivian replied, I'm saying it might be better to break off the engagement. Leticia thought, I tried to deny that things were going wrong, but everything is rising to the surface all at once. Once again, I was the only one who didn't know. I was the only one. After that, Leticia thought, when did it start? Since when was it just me? If the engagement is really going to be cancelled, no, it's not certain yet. I will pretend I didn't hear anything. In the next scene, Leticia thought, I came here with my brothers and sisters quite often when I was young. We used to do that all the time. Both of them asked, don't you have a coin? The Duke replied, no, they are just trying to make money. Let's go back home. Leticia said, if you don't mind, would you like to use this coin? Il shouted, really? Thank you, let's give it a try. The Duke said, I'm sorry, they're still immature. Leticia replied, no, it's nice to see them so lively. Are they your brother and sister? The Duke replied, yes, they're twins. Leticia said, your family must be very close. The Duke asked, why don't you try it yourself? Leticia replied, no, I'm not that lucky. Other people are lucky enough to win a prize once in their lives, so it's a pity. Suddenly, both of them shouted, we won a sack of flour. Leticia said, your siblings must be some of those lucky people. Il stated, we are so lucky we met each other. Let's play together. After that, they started playing different games. Il said, I had such a good time today. Next time, come over to our manor. I'll make us some tarts. Ian told her, my sister's tarts will give you a stomachache. I'll make them instead, if you feel uncomfortable. Leticia replied, no, not at all. I don't feel uncomfortable. The Duke said, we will be waiting for you. After that, Leticia thought, when was the last time I had so much fun? It felt like a real family. We used to bake cookies together once. Yes, we were once like them. I wish I had a family like House Achilles. What am I saying? I have my family here. Next scene, father asked, were you socializing with the House of Achilles? They are a ducal family in name only and have actually fallen to ruin. You'd better make sure I don't hear this nonsense again. Leticia replied, but father interrupted, enough. You are of no use to our family, so at least be obedient. Leticia thought, I don't want to grow apart from them. After some time, Father Cos spoke, you're here. I'm sorry for making you come on such short notice, but I have an urgent matter to discuss. It's about your power. Haven't you heard the rumors? You may close your eyes, but that doesn't mean the world doesn't exist. Leticia replied, I don't think I have any powers at all. Father said, maybe it's taking longer to manifest. Have you ever felt that something is different? Leticia responded, I am different from other people. I'm unlucky. No, I should say that I bring bad luck. Father asked, when did you start feeling that way? Leticia replied, I'm not sure. I've been like that for as long as I can remember. Father told her, there have been people with all kinds of powers in House Leroy. Among them, some of the powers were actually quite useless, though they were acknowledged as being useful at the time. What I'm trying to say is that powers can either be in the limelight or neglected depending on the times. If you were right, it seems you don't need an awakening, because your power is already awakened. Leticia asked, What? Then what is my power? Please tell me, I need to know. Father replied, I'm sorry, I cannot find out what your power is. He then thought, the cold eyes from the people have pushed this child into a corner. The maid thought, I can't hear properly, power and bad luck. I think this is what father told her. The next morning, Leticia thought, do I really have some kind of power? If I really do, why would I have suffered from discrimination and neglect all this time? After that, she thought, I saw Deanna leave the house today. Who should I give it to first? Emile asked. Leticia, what is this? Leticia replied, you used to like desserts, so I baked this for you. Emile told her, I'm a bit busy right now. Leticia replied, oops, I'm sorry, I must have interrupted you. I'll leave so you can go back to work. Then she thought, no, I don't feel disappointed. After that she thought, Irene. She used to like sweets since she was little. Irene asked, what is it? Leticia replied, I was on my way to give you this tart. It's a fig tart, your favorite. How about we? Irene interrupted, I'm sorry, I hate figs, and I hate tarts. Leticia asked, what? But I remember. Irene shouted, I hate them. You were mistaken. From now on, don't stop me for things like this. Leticia replied, sorry. On the other hand, the maid said, I've been looking for you all day. I have big news. I heard Father Cos talking to Lady Leticia earlier, and Father said that Lady Leticia already has a power. But do you know what it is? Her power is bringing bad luck. The next morning, Leticia thought, what beautiful weather, what is going on? Why are there so many pigeons? What are they eating? In the next moment, she was shocked, the tarts that I made. On the other hand, the maids were chatting, the power to bring bad luck. How can something like that be a power? A maid who serves Lord Emile got sick after eating a tart Lady Leticia made. You get struck with bad luck just by being near her. That's creepy. Let's stay away from her from now on. After some time, Leticia thought, I had good times with my brothers and sisters in the past, but now, am I allowed to be here? Il spoke, isn't that Leticia? Should we go outside and check? In the next moment, Il said, it's really you. Did you come to visit us? I'm so excited, I really missed you. Leticia replied, I came to keep my promise. Il said, great, all you have to do is follow me. Ian asked, where are you going this time? Il replied, this is where we're going. This is our kitchen. Sit here and watch me bake. Leticia asked, are you really going to make it yourself? Il replied, don't worry, I'm sure you'll like it. Leticia thought, she must be really eager to make tarts. Ian said, she gets so stubborn once she sets her mind on something. Please let me know if she makes you feel uncomfortable. My sister can be a bit rough, but that's only because she's outgoing. Leticia told him, the truth is, she surprises me at times, but she never makes me uncomfortable. Rather, I feel grateful. Then she thought, I don't even remember the last time somebody showed me such kindness. She asked, if it's all right with you, may I join you? It's a bit boring staying seated. Il replied, but you're our guest. Leticia said, it doesn't matter, I'll make the compote. After some time, Il said, it looks delicious. Ian added, Lady Leticia made it all on her own. Il replied, I made the dough, remember. The Duke came and asked, what are you doing here? Did you come to visit? I was waiting for you to come. I wanted to see you again. I have something to return to you, so I'm glad you came. Leticia thought, did I lend him something? What's more, he wanted to see me again. Il said, we made this apple pie, please try it. Leticia and I made it together. Leticia thought, but what if he doesn't like apple pie? Then she said, you don't have to eat it if you don't want to. The Duke replied, no, I can see you put so much effort into it, it would be a waste not to eat it. Leticia thought, please let it be good, let it be good. Then she asked, how is it? The Duke replied, it's delicious. May I have some more? Leticia remembered the pigeons eating the tarts she had made for her brothers and sisters. Leticia said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry. The Duke stated, this is the best apple pie I've ever tasted. You should have some too. You can't eat while you're crying. Leticia thought, don't say such touching things. Il asked, what's going on? What did you say to make Leticia cry? The Duke replied, I just said it was delicious. Leticia spoke, the Duke did nothing wrong. I just cried by myself. Il asked, why, what happened? Leticia thought, is it all right to tell them? Then she said, somehow, I felt comforted, my family, they hate me. The Duke stated, you are welcome to visit anytime. Will you come to see us often? Next time, I will make you something nice to eat, so don't cry. After that, Ian said, she seems like a nice person. The Duke replied, I think so. Ian asked, by the way, didn't you say you had something to return to her? The Duke replied, I will give it to her next time. In the next scene, Leticia thought, they are such nice people. Her father asked, where have you been? What are you up to these days? Didn't I warn you? I told you to stay away from that luckless house. This is my final warning. The next time I hear that you are socializing with House Achilles, you will be expelled from the family. After that, Leticia asked, what brings you to my room? Deanna replied, I can come here if I want. It is bothering me that you are hanging out with some losers these days. Leticia asked, who are you calling losers? Don't tell me. Are you referring to House Achilles? Deanna spoke, at least you're not stupid. Why would you hang out with people who have no money, no luck, and no talent? Leticia shouted, don't you dare speak like that. Deanna also shouted, then don't associate with them. Everyone is already gossiping about it. They're saying that the first daughter of the Marquis is hanging out with the cursed people. Do you know how much disgrace you've brought to our family's reputation? They're saying that like attracts like. Leticia replied, you can look down on me if you want, but don't talk like that about those people. Deanna asked, why shouldn't I? Leticia stated, because they are better than all of you, who make little of something that your family gave you. Deanna spoke, oh really? I heard that you baked tarts for the children, but I wouldn't have eaten it either. Who knows what you put in it? Leticia said, what? Deanna asked, what's that look on your face for? Did you really think they would eat it? I'm sorry I made you face the truth. Anyway, I'm going to tell father right away if I hear that you're hanging out with those losers again. Watch how you act if you don't want to be kicked out of this house. After a few days, Mary asked, you need to eat something, my lady. You haven't eaten properly for the last few days. You'll make yourself sick. Leticia replied, sorry, I have no appetite. Mary told her, come to think of it, the entrance exam is coming up soon. Leticia thought, has so much time passed already? I made it a long time ago. This is a bracelet made of gold thread. It's supposed to bring good luck to someone who has an important event coming up, but should I give this to him? Mary said, of course, he is your fiancé. Leticia thought, my chest feels tight. After that, Leticia asked Xavier, how is your training going these days? Is it going well? Xavier replied, I'm busy right now, and then he ran away. All the maids also ran away. Leticia thought, what is going on? Why is everyone avoiding me? After that, Leticia said, the tea smells really nice today. Is something wrong? You don't look too well. The maid replied, no, it's nothing. I have to run an errand for the Marquis, so if I may be excused. In the next scene, Leticia thought, why is it? Why is everybody avoiding me? Then she asked Irene. The maids seem to be avoiding me. Do you know why? Irene shouted, don't come close. I'm scared something bad might happen if I'm with you. Leticia asked, what do you mean? Irene replied, how could you be walking around with a power like yours? I heard that your power is bringing misfortune. Stay in your room so you won't cause harm to other people. Leticia said, I did say that I'm not as lucky as other people, but I never said that bad things happen when you're around me. Irene said, you could be the one causing bad things to happen. Leticia shouted, what are you talking about? Emile came and asked, what is all this fuss about? Leticia replied, did you also hear the rumors that bad things happen when you're with me? Emile replied, yes, I heard. Leticia asked, you don't believe those false rumors, do you? Emile replied, no, I don't, but don't be so harsh on Irene. You're scaring her. Leticia thought, are they really afraid of me? Then she said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. After that, Leticia thought, why is everyone doing this? That's not my power. Father Seos came and asked, I would like to have a chat with you. Could you spare some time? I'm sorry for coming without notice. Leticia replied, "Yes, of course, please come in." After that, her father asked, "The strange rumors must be giving you a hard time. I would like to know what you think of the rumors. Do you really believe that your power is bringing bad luck?" Leticia replied, "No, I don't. My power is not making other people unhappy." Father said, "I'm glad to hear that. I do not believe such absurd rumors either. That is why I'm going to find out what your power is, which will also prove that you do not have such a power. You don't have to act like you're a criminal. The weather is beautiful today, so go and get some fresh air. I will get going now." Leticia thought, "There is someone who believes me. It's a relief. I should not lose my nerve." Then, at the library, Leticia thought, "I need to find out what my power is. If father hears the rumors, he will surely give me a hard time about it." After some time, she thought, "I didn't get much from that. Oh, the Duke also came." Then she asked, "It's been a long time. Have you been well?" Duke replied, "Yes, what about you?" Leticia said, "Likewise." "I don't see your younger siblings today." Duke replied, "I came by myself today. Is something wrong? You seem a bit down today." Leticia asked, "By any chance, do you know about the special powers of my family?" Duke replied, "I know that each member has a mysterious power." Leticia asked, "Do you also know that I have no power?" Duke replied, "But that is just a rumor." Leticia said, "That is why my family is worried. At first, they thought I had no power, but now they think I have a bad kind of power, a power to make others miserable. But that is not the truth. That is not my power." Duke stated, "Lady Leticia, I don't know the details, but from what I know, God was touched by the sincere prayers of House Leroy, and bestowed them with special powers as a gift. So, God would never give an evil power to a house like yours. I don't believe that your power is making others miserable." Leticia replied, "Thank you." On the other hand, Irene asked, "Did you hear the rumor?" Deanna replied, "Yes, but I am the symbol of good luck, and I am right here." Irene said, "Still, I can't stop worrying. She was walking around here and there the other day. That shouldn't be happening. Does father still not know?" Deanna replied, "Not yet. I don't think. He's busy with the new business he started. Don't worry. I will talk to father when he comes back. As you know, he listens to everything I say." Irene asked, "But how will father react when he finds out?" Deanna replied, "I'm not sure. He will either lock her up or kick her out." Back at the Duke's side, he said, "You seem very anxious, so I will give you my good luck charm. This is my good luck charm. It is very precious to me. Please treasure it." Leticia replied, "If it's that precious to you, I will return it to you, and I want to return your kindness as well. It feels like I'm always receiving something from you." The Duke asked, "Then will you come to the upcoming Knight's Order entrance exam to see me? I will be very encouraged if you are there, but only if you feel comfortable." Leticia replied, "Not at all. I will be there. I will be there to cheer for you." Then she thought, "How strange. What is wrong with me?" In the next scene, Leticia asked, "Why are you all here?" Irene said, "She's going around everywhere as she pleases." Xavier said, "Why are you doing this? Stay right there." Father stated, "Leave, all of you." Then he said, "False rumors about you must have spread throughout the manor. You must be strong at times like this. I will go to the magic tower to find out more about your power, so pull yourself together." A few days later, Leticia thought, "All this fuss will stop. Once I find proof that no bad powers were ever manifested in the family, I am going to prove that my power is not misfortune." The day of the night entrance exam, Leticia thought they all wore gold thread bracelets. Where is brother Livian? Then she saw Deanna giving gold thread to Livian. The Duke came and said, "I was very worried about what would happen if you did not come." Leticia replied, "I told you, I really want to help you." Then thought, "You don't have a gold thread bracelet." Then she said, "If it is okay, would you please accept it? I really want to give it to the Duke, so if you don't mind, please accept it." The Duke replied, "Thank you." Leticia continued, "It looks good on you. I hope you get good results." A while ago, Livian thought, "I don't think she will come." Then he asked, "What about Leticia?" Deanna replied, "My sister said she could not come, so she sent me instead. I have something to give you." Livian asked, "I see you are trying to take care of me instead of your sister." Deanna replied, Please accept this. Look, it looks good on you. Then she thought. Leticia is with the Duke from the cursed family again. Interesting. After that, Il said, brother, don't be nervous and do well. The Duke replied, anyone who sees it will think that you are going to take the test instead of me. What is wrong? Ian told him, the gold thread bracelet. The Duke stated, what else can I say? Cheer up and work hard. Then he thought, thanks to you for coming, you will be very lucky for me today. In the next scene, Livian asked, don't you have anything to say? You really don't know. You sent Deanna saying you can't come, but you have time to flirt with another man. We have not broken off the engagement yet. Don't embarrass me. You told me that if you had time, you would definitely come. Then he thought, damn that guy from the cursed family. Then he continued, I would have told you to make an effort to awaken your abilities if you had time for that. Leticia asked, at least tell me how I should strive. You know that my brother and I are different. Rivian said, I don't think I am going to stand still. Leticia asked, what are you telling me to do when I can't even try? You don't know how hard I try. Is it very difficult to be with me, Opa? Please leave now. After some time, Deanna said, you still have the ability to embarrass those around you. What is that appearance? You are not like that, were you? Leticia asked, what is wrong with me? Deanna replied, you're saying that now. Where did you get these cheap things? Leticia said, don't touch me. Deanna shouted, don't turn around, it is so embarrassing. Leticia remembered Mary giving it to her and saying, it is not much, but I wanted to give it to you. Thanks to the lady, my brother's illness has improved a lot. Deanna spoke, I am sorry, it was a mistake. Suddenly, Leticia said, I won't let you go until you apologize. Deanna replied, no, I won't do it. Their father came and asked, what is this scandal? Deanna replied, my sister suddenly grabbed my hair. Leticia also spoke, before that, she first pulled my hairband. Their father said, noisy. How the hell did you get old enough to fight with your sister? You can't do anything right. Rivian came and asked, what the hell is going on? Leticia replied, it's not a big deal. Rivian asked, at least tell me. Leticia replied, it was because Deanna started a fight first. She said she was ashamed of my appearance, so she pulled on the strap of my hairband, and it ended like that. Rivian asked, did you make all this fuss over a hairband? I will buy you anything you want, so apologize to Deanna. Leticia asked, what did you just say? For my Opa, it may be a small thing that can be bought at any time, but not for me. You don't know how important this hairband is to me as a gift. Rivian said, that's why I told you I would buy you anything you wanted. Leticia asked, so you think I can just like it? I don't need it. After that, Rivian said, what I did not want to do. We talk like this. Will I see you again? We need Leticia to awaken her abilities. After that, Deanna said, my hair looks so bad, how dare she? I was ashamed of her in front of the Marquis. That's annoying. On the other hand, Mary asked, oh my God, what happened to your face, my lady? Leticia replied, just an accident. Mary asked, what do you mean? Leticia replied, Deanna started it first. Just forget what I said. Mary said, my lady, I will always be on your side, so tell me if you are having a bad time. Even if I can't help, I will hold your hands. In the next scene, the maids start chatting. She needs to be in her room. Why does she come out? The other one replied, I feel anxious every time I see her. Deanna came and told them, be patient, sooner or later, you will not have to worry about her again, just trust me, after all, she is still a useless person. After some time, their father asked, how do you feel now? Deanna replied, I feel better, actually, I am here to tell you something. Father asked, what happened to your arm? Who hurt you? Then the scene changed. Leticia thought, what a good smell, many flowers have bloomed, I think I feel much better now. But after some time, their father stated, then you have the capacity to cause disgrace, and you are good at fighting, as I see. Leticia asked, what is this? Father replied, but this is not even enough for you. How dare you go out with the Duke? I warned you not to go near him. Look at how your sister was hurt because you went out with that damn person. Leticia asked, what is wrong with your arm? Father cut her off and said, you have decided to ruin our family with your faults. Leticia Leroy, don't come near our family again. From today onwards, you are not my daughter. Your faults cannot contaminate the Leroy family anymore. I hope that has been made clear, Leticia thought. What, are they kicking me out? After that, Irene asked, Sister, are you okay? Don't remove the bandage. Deanna replied, I am fine, I am not hurt. Then she remembered when their father asked, What is this? Did Leticia attract misfortune, so you got hurt because of her? Deanna said, I did not want to talk about it, but my sister, yesterday, she said she wished to hurt me. Back in the present time, she said, what a relief to know that stupid girl will no longer be here anymore. On the other hand, their father thought, you will have bad luck until you stay away from her. In the next scene, Leticia thought, this is how it ends. What should I do now? I have nowhere to go. This is his handkerchief, and he said this is his lucky item. If there is really good luck, then help me find a place to go. What am I supposed to do now? I need help, please. If I stay still, I will get wet. However, I don't have the strength to get up. Do I really attract misfortune? I don't even know where to go. Suddenly, the Duke came and asked, Lady Leticia, and thought, what has happened to her? The Duke said, you have fallen, you will get wet, take my hand. What happened? Leticia replied, it's nothing. The Duke said, it's raining and dark now, I will take you to your palace. Leticia replied, I can't go there, of course, I can't, they have kicked me out of my home, so I don't have a place to return to. Then she thought, he will think I am pitiable. The Duke asked, if that doesn't bother you, how about coming to my house? I would like you to have a comfortable place to rest, at least for today. Leticia replied, really, is that okay? The Duke said, of course, I am sure Eliel and Ian would like it too. After some time, the Duke said, you can use this room, take a rest, you are tired today. Leticia replied, thank you so much, Duke, for doing all this for me. The Duke said, since you don't have a place to go, you can stay here for a while. Leticia asked, are you sure? The Duke replied, yes, you can stay as long as you want. Leticia told him, but I will make others uncomfortable. The Duke said, no, you won't. Now, good night, my lady. Leticia thought, he is a good person, but I cannot continue being in debt to him. What should I do now? On the other hand, Rivian asked, what do you mean? Was Leticia expelled? Where is she now? Lord replied, I don't know. Rivian shouted, what the hell? Rivian's father spoke, I will make you understand the whole situation. There is still no commitment between them. Lord replied, I completely understand. After that, Rivian thought, I was going to buy her a new hair tie, but should I? Meanwhile, his father thought, as for Deanna's engagement, it's time to announce it. The longer we delay, the more rebellious they will become. Difficult times are coming. Suddenly, the carriage stopped. Lord asked, what is going on? The servant replied, the wheel suddenly broke. Lord thought, how did the wheel break at this time? The next morning, Ian said, she looks better than yesterday. What happened to her? The Duke replied, she was expelled. Then he thought, did they expel her for not having skills? Why the hell is that so important? Duke said, pretend you don't know and take care of her. Ian replied, yes, brother. Leticia thought, I can't go all day without doing anything. I should be useful. Then she started baking cookies and cleaning the house. The Duke came and asked, what are you doing? You don't have to clean. Do you feel like a burden being here? Leticia replied, no, I'm not, but. The Duke stated, I want you to feel comfortable and rest. There is no need to do household work. Leticia replied, I want to repay you with something. When I had nowhere to go, you offered me a place to stay. You have been very kind to me. The Duke thought, she has suffered a lot of damage, especially from her family. Then he said, you don't need to repay me by cleaning or throwing out your dresses. Besides, no one will kick you out. We all love having you here. I hate relationships out of necessity. Do you understand what I mean? Leticia replied, yes. The Duke asked, so what should we do now? First, put away the mop and don't clean again in the future. Don't even water the flowers. Just be comfortable. Leticia replied, yes, I understand. Can't I at least water the flowers? Because I like flowers. The Duke said, all right, please do so. Leticia asked, cleaning too? I think I can clean the room where I stay. The Duke replied, all right, that's it. I just want one thing from you, young lady. I hope you have a comfortable stay here, Leticia said. Thank you for always caring about me. I'm glad I have the Duke of Achilles beside me. Then the Duke said, Il says she's going to bake a tart, how about going together? Leticia replied, Great. After that, Leticia asked, What are they doing there? Your expression. What happened? Il said, Read this. Leticia started reading, passed the Imperial Knighthood exam. Il shouted, Opa, congratulations. Leticia also said, Congratulations, Lord Achilles. No, Achilles, sir. The Duke replied, Thank you, young lady. After some time, Il said, What is this? Someone just arrived. Who is it? Then she said, Brother, we have a guest. It is the young Marquis. In the next scene, Rivian asked, Why didn't you tell me? Do you know how long I've been looking for you? Leticia replied, Is that what you came here to say? Rivian said, Let's go back first. Let's go there and talk. Leticia asked, Where should I go back to? Rivian stated, So you're going to stay here. Come and stay at my mansion. Leticia replied, No, I do not want to. I will stay here. It is not up to you to decide where I should stay. Rivian said, I am your fiancé. Leticia replied, I will say it again. I will stay here. Rivian said, I guess this is the end of the conversation. Ian asked, Why did that person come here? The Duke replied, I guess he came to take her back. Currently, they are engaged to each other. Ian asked, Then what if the lady agrees to leave? After some time, Rivian left. Il said, Indeed, shouldn't he at least say sorry or thank you for suddenly coming here? Leticia said, Sorry for his rudeness. Il replied, No, it's not your fault, but what did you talk about? Ian said, Let's go pick strawberries with me. Il replied, I just picked all the strawberries. The Duke asked, Well then, shall we go inside too? Leticia said, I have something to say. I know it is a nuisance, but I want to stay here for a while. The Duke replied, I thought you were going to say that you were leaving. Leticia said, No, not at all. I want to be here. The Duke told her, Then stay here as long as you want, please be comfortable. Leticia thought, How can a person be so nice? Then she said, I might stay here for a long time. The Duke replied, Yes, go ahead, we have many rooms. Leticia said, Come on, I could be here all my life. Then she thought, What am I saying? The Duke asked, Are you threatening me? Leticia replied, No, I did not mean that at all. The Duke told her, I didn't know the young lady would say such a thing, but I like the threat. We can think about it. Do you have anything else to tell me? Leticia replied, No, enough, please. Then she said, What? Why isn't this opening? The Duke told her, The doorknob. You have to turn it in reverse. Leticia thought, My heart is beating so fast again. After some time, Il said, Really, do you know how fast my heart was beating? What would I do if you had told me you were leaving? Now, shall we go there after a long time? The first place where we met. In the next scene, Il said, Let's do it together. Leticia replied, No, I am very bad at this. Il told her, There is nothing you can't do, try it. After that, Leticia tried her luck, then said, You see, I told you I am not good at this. I want to get a bag of flour. Il asked, Flour, why? Leticia replied, Because both of you really liked it before. Both of them started laughing. Ian said, It is good to have a bag of flour, but what's important about it? It's even more important to have fun. Leticia thought, Young Ian is right. The important thing is not the bag of flour. The important thing is that we should have fun together. Suddenly, Leticia thought, That person, is he Emile? On the other hand, the Duke thought, Deep pink diamond mine. Father told me as long as there are pink diamonds here, we will be rich enough. But then, impurities in precious stones. So the whole mine is a bunch of useless impurities. Closing it would be the right thing to do. It would be better to get rid of it as soon as possible. After that, Rivian came. The Duke said, The young lady is not in the mansion right now. Rivian replied, I am here for Lord Achilles. Then he thought, Things are in poor condition. Why does she want to stay here? Is she getting to eat properly? Rivian said, I came because I want to ask you. Please convince Leticia. This place is not for her. Then he thought, I can't let her stay in a place like this any longer. The Duke replied, You are wrong. It should be you convincing the young lady, not me. There is nothing I can do. Rivian asked. Why are you forcing my fiancée to stay here? The Duke stated, you really think I am forcing her? The decision to stay here was solely based on the will of the young lady. Nobody forced her, Rivian shouted. My fiancé is kind and can't be here. The Duke stated, that is also the will of the young lady, so it is you who is forcing her, not me. You can go now. I have nothing more to say, Rivian replied. I am sorry for my rudeness, I am going. On the other hand, Emile thought, we went through difficult times when we were children. I saw my sister always taking care of my younger siblings and my sick mother. She was a respectable older sister who never showed us any sign of rejection. What should I do now? As I have heard, she brings misfortune to others, and also she is with that family. That rumor must be true. Then he said, I thought it was a lie when I heard that you live in the Achilles house. Now I see that it's real. Leticia replied, he is so kind to me, Emile said. You are aware of how much my father hates that family. Leticia replied, you have nothing to worry about. We no longer care about each other, Emile said. Then I suppose I was worried for no reason. Goodbye. Leticia thought, well, I feel better without them. Il spoke, lady, be sure that you will never return to them. Leticia replied, it's okay. I didn't feel bad. In the next scene, Xavier asked, are you okay? Deanna said, I think I sprained my wrist. Xavier said, be careful, we don't want you to get hurt again, like the day you got hurt because of your older sister. Deanna told him, I am fine, you can leave now, thank you for your concern. Then she thought, I feel uncomfortable, I broke my mother's favorite teacup, and I almost fell and broke my hand. Did I get bad luck? That is so disturbing. On the other hand, Leticia asked, what are you drawing? Did I interrupt something? Il replied, not at all. Are you alone? Leticia replied, yes. Were you drawing? Il replied, I will only show it to you, but keep it a secret. Leticia asked, did you draw this all yourself? I love it, of course, and I want to see the jewelry design in real life. By the way, what is this? It looks like a gold bracelet. Il replied, on the day of the knight's test, my brother couldn't find a purse, so I drew it. Even though I tried everything to get him one of these, I couldn't. Still, I'm glad that you've seen and loved it. Thank you, lady. Leticia asked, what if you designed a strand bracelet with jewels inlaid? A wishes bracelet. If you wear it, your wishes will come true. Il replied, but the bracelet I drew doesn't grant wishes. Leticia told her, you can give them a meaning. You will do well, passing the exam and wanting success, things that anyone can aspire to, regardless of their social status. Il thought, regardless of social status, a wish that anyone can have. Then she said, you are right, anyone can be successful if they want to. I will continue designing, and I will make a bracelet with jewelry. Leticia asked, why don't you tell the Duke? Il replied, I don't think my brother would like it. We fell into bankruptcy due to my father's mining business. If I told him that I would be dedicated to the goldworking and metallurgy business, then he would hate me. The Duke came and asked, what are you doing? Il thought, oh no, my drawing. Duke asked, why are you so surprised? You look like you've seen a ghost. Leticia whispered, everything will be fine, believe me. Il stated, brother, I drew all of this, and I want to start a jewelry business. You may not like the idea, but I will work hard for it. I won't cause damage to our family, and I won't get into debt like our father did. Duke replied, I never thought you would run your business this way, so follow your dreams as long as they don't become a burden. Il said, can I ask you a favor? After that, Leticia said, I'm glad everything went well between you and the Duke. Il replied, all thanks to you. Leticia told her, I didn't know you had that idea. Il said, I didn't think my brother would listen to me. I will work hard to bring my drawings to life, and maybe I'll use diamonds in different colors. Leticia said, that's a separate idea. Now we just need to find an artisan to create the jewelry. After that, they went to many shops but were rejected. Il said, this is the 5th time they rejected me. Maybe we'll find the right artisan. Suddenly, Il bumped into a man. She said, sorry for that, are you okay? The person replied, I'm sorry, I had something urgent to do. Leticia asked, you're not hurt, right? Il replied, I'm fine. we'd better return to the palace. If we don't go back now, my brother will worry about us. In the next scene, Duke asked, "How was the search?" Il replied, "I couldn't find a craftsman. I feel depressed." Then she asked, "Why are you still standing? Have a seat, please." Leticia thought, "A place to sit, it's next to you." She sat next to him but felt uncomfortable. Duke said, "Don't stay late in the city again. I was worried." "Same to you, lady." Leticia thought, "He was worried, but I took care of her. He is such a warm person." Ian said, "Now that I think about it, won't there soon be a welcome ceremony for the new imperial knights?" Il asked, "Will you come with us to the ceremony?" Leticia replied, "Yes, I will go with you." Ian asked, "You said this is your dream, but it looks like a contract." Il said, "My designs, they are not mine. When I ran into that person, the papers were exchanged." On the other hand, the person asked, "Did you bring the contract?" The servant replied, "Yes, it's here." The person asked, "What did you bring? This is not the contract." The servant replied, "Sorry, the papers were exchanged after I ran into someone." The person said, "Go find the contract now," then thought, "These jewels are very well designed, they evoke calm. There are still some things to improve and polish. If I do it and sell it, it will be a great deal." Then he said, "Wait a minute, while you are going for the contract, tell the person about the drawings. I want to talk to her." After some time, Duke asked, "Shall we get up now?" Leticia asked, "I was wondering if Opa Rivian had returned to the mansion." Duke replied, "You even call him by his first name. It seems you both have a very special relationship." Leticia said, "I guess it's because we were close to each other since we were kids. It's something from the past." Duke told her, "He really didn't come. I have something I really want to tell you, even if someone hurts you. I hope you don't take it for granted or think it's something that should be endured. No one has the right to hurt you." Leticia replied, "Thank you. I no longer belong to the Leroys." Then she thought, "Call me whatever you want, and keep calling me by my name." Duke said, "Leticia, can I call you like this?" Leticia replied, "Yes." Duke said, "Then I will wait for you. Sweet dreams." On the other hand, Father Cos shouted, "That girl never had the ability to bring misfortune. If she did, your family would already be ruined." Lord said, "It was for a good reason." Father replied, "No matter how incredible the reason was," Lord said, "I cannot allow any harm to my children and my family because of that girl." Then he asked him, "What happened to Diana?" Father asked, "Are you saying it's her fault?" Lord replied, "Yes, since Diana was born, she never brought us misfortune. There's no doubt that her presence caused this family's unhappiness, or it's surely because she got together with the Duke." Father told him, "That girl is not capable of bringing misfortune. She swore it by my name." Then they saw someone come and say, "Unfortunately, they had no choice but to disqualify you." Irene shouted, "I have to pass that exam without failure. There's no way I didn't turn in the exam." Suddenly, a knight came and said, "Lord, the fourth master fell off his horse and got injured." Lord thought, "What is happening?" Father started thinking, "Xavier is a good horseman, so how?" The Marchioness also injured her hand. The second daughter injured her wrist. A lot of really bad things are happening to the Leroy family. Wait, since when? No way, since the day they kicked out Leticia. Next scene, Leticia thought, "It is strange. What was the expression he made at that moment? It feels different than when I called Opa Rivian by his name. Why do I keep thinking about that?" Il said, "We went to the place where I stumbled last time, but I could not find it. I want to drink tea. Ian, do you want to come with me?" Ian replied, "No, I will go back to my room." Leticia thought, "Did something happen? He doesn't seem to be in a good mood." After that, Ian asked, "What are you doing here?" Leticia replied, "I want to talk to you." "Do you have a moment?" Ian said, "Come inside." Leticia asked, "Are you preparing for the imperial service?" Ian replied, "This is nothing important." Leticia asked, "You're not interested?" Ian replied, "Nobody cares. I thought I should just do it. Compared to my older brother and Il, I only know how to do this. Sometimes I envy Il. She knows exactly what she wants to do with her life." Leticia thought, "My situation is no different from his. Why am I the only one who can't figure it out?" Then she said, "The lady doesn't focus on what she's good at. She simply does what she likes. I still haven't found something I like. Let's go look for it together. Ian thought, do something I like. Then he said, I think I understand why Il likes Miss Leticia so much. I like that. Let's do that together. Thanks for your support. Leticia thought, I'll have to look for it too. What I like, who I am, and what I would really like to do. On the day of the Imperial Knight selection ceremony, Leticia asked, did you sleep well? Il replied, I was so nervous I could not sleep at all, but my brother hasn't arrived yet. Could you call him? I'll bring Ian. Leticia replied, sure, I'll go look for him. After that, Duke said, I'm sorry, I have a problem with the buttons on my sleeve. Leticia thought, it suits him very well. Then she said, let me help you, and thought, that bracelet. Leticia asked, can you take off the bracelet? Duke replied, good things have happened since I wore this bracelet, so I wear it all the time. Leticia thought, he's been wearing it for a long time. Then she asked, but wouldn't it be better not to wear it? Duke asked, you don't like it? Leticia replied, no, it's not like that. The bracelet I gave you doesn't seem to fit well. Duke told her, I don't want to take it off. I want to show off that I have someone who cares about me. Leticia thought, what? Duke asked, don't you care for me? Leticia replied, I care, of course, I do care. At the ceremony, Leticia asked, where is the Duke? Il replied, right there. After that, Il thought, where is he looking? Oh, I see, as I suspected, there's something between the two of them. Rivian thought, I knew he was elsewhere. Where is your attention during the night ceremony? Leticia saw this idiot first, not me. What do you mean I'm not your fiancé anymore? She makes me angry. Leticia said, the person over there, isn't he the guy you met last time? Il replied, yes, you're right. I'll be right back, and then they exchanged envelopes. After that, Deanna came and said, oh my God, who is this? Are you angry because you were exposed and want revenge? Why did you come here again? To make others unlucky? Leticia asked, what do you mean I can't come to the coronation ceremony? Deanna shouted, yes, I hope you stay in the corner, don't be seen, you're not good enough, you want to ruin things again. Duke came and said, stop it, Nobles whispered, is there a fight? Il said, move, wait, what is happening? Ian said, brother, let's go, there are a lot of people watching. Il asked, what is this? Why are you here? They said there was something to do after the coronation ceremony, wouldn't it be better to go? Leticia told him, I'm fine, so let's go quickly, you don't need to worry, Lady Achilles and young Master Achilles are here. Duke said, please wait a moment, I'll be right back. After that, Deanna said, are you playing with him now? Have you reached the point where you can't live without anyone? Il stated, excuse me, your words seem a little rude, it is not okay to be impolite to your sister. Deanna asked, sister, who said she's my sister? There's no person who isn't ashamed of what she does. What kind of sister are you talking about? Ian told her, don't speak like that, you've been interfering since earlier. Deanna shouted, I have nothing to do with you, get away. Il also shouted, it doesn't make any sense to behave badly, don't be rude. Deanna said, stop talking nonsense and get out. At that moment, the drawing papers fell on the floor. Leticia shouted, Deanna, what are you doing? Il said, thank you, I almost fell. Oh no, my drawings. Deanna asked, what is this? An eagle bracelet. Hope, are you trying to make jewelry? How can you be so childish and reckless? This jewelry is decorated with pink diamonds. Sooner or later, meaningless mining of pink diamonds. Il asked, what are you saying? Deanna continued, the seeds have not come out, but look at her, even if they do, they won't be good, the quality is bad, you talk too much, they'll be angry later, don't laugh too loud, the little princess with many dreams will be hurt. Leticia shouted, Deanna, I will show you that childish and crazy bracelet, if it is successful, you will apologize, you will apologize. Emile said, let's go, you shouldn't be with these classless people. Leticia responded, you're the one being classless, so be quiet and stay out of this. Deanna said, fine, I will apologize if you do succeed, but what if the business goes bust? Then you will apologize in front of all the men you brought into our family, on your knees. Leticia thought, why in the world did I love someone like her? Is it time to let go now? All I need to do is let go, and this relationship will be over. Then she said, fine, but if we succeed, you'll get on your knees and apologize. After some time, Leticia thought, I will be fine. I will show them that I can do this. Il said. Those people are going to regret it. I will make that happen. I promise to God. You won't be kneeling on your knees. Leticia replied. I trust that you will be really successful. Ian said, I am relieved to see that Lady Leticia is more confident now. By the way, the man standing next to that woman, I heard he is also preparing for the Imperial official exam. Then he added, it's been so long since I felt so motivated. Duke came and asked, are you all right? Was everything fine? Leticia replied, everything was fine. Ian asked, that woman we just saw, are you going to fight her? Il replied, do you even need to ask? Ian told her, that's my twin. Then I will fight her younger brother. We'll raise our class so high that they will never catch up, and then trample on them. Rivian came. Leticia thought, I didn't think we would actually face each other like this. There's another relationship I need to break off. Ever since Rivian's power was awakened, he has always treated me as someone pathetic. All I wanted from him was to respect me as his fiancé. He is no longer the person I used to know, Rivian thought. That person is the reason Leticia is not faithful to me anymore. That's right, Leticia. She knows my true value. The next moment, Leticia didn't speak to him and walked away. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.